Hello everyone. I've been thinking a lot about pictures this week. I'm sure we can't be the only people who have boxes and boxes of photographs stored under the bed. Over the last few months, we've pulled some out and started to go through these photos, each of them recording a moment in time. There've been tears and laughter as we've recalled events in our lives that we'd forgotten, time with family and friends who are no longer with us. Walks through woods and over mountains, birthdays and Christmases, embarrassing moments that we really wish hadn't been recorded at all. It's a family joke that the best picture my husband has ever taken of me was when the electricity failed and it was in candlelight. And these photos reminded me again of how isolated we can feel at this point in time when we can't visit parents, children, grandchildren, friends. FaceTime or Zoom is great, but it's not the same as a hug. It can be particularly difficult as the clocks go back and there were fewer hours of daylight. It may feel a cosy time of year for some. For others, with all the restrictions we now have to cope with, it will be more isolating than ever. God calls his people to be a blessing, to give hope to those who are fearful and isolated, and who isn't looking for reassurance, encouragement and hope these days. Remember, there are times when we all feel like that and need people to reach out to us. Jesus says in Mark's Gospel, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. The second is this, you shall love your neighbour as yourself." And love is shown so often in the little things we do day by day, keeping going and being in it for the long haul, even when it is really tough. Even in times of social distancing, we can safely reach out in tangible ways to let our neighbours know that they're not alone. Never underestimate the value of what may seem such a small thing to us. The little things become big things. I know from speaking to my own mother just how much a phone call can mean to someone who may not speak to another human being all day. If we hadn't talked to her, her only conversation would have been a random chat with her cat, Eric. Together we could sort out the world, temporarily at least. Conversations become deeper when you have just that little more time than you may have had before the problems of this year. We can send a card, we can always pray for one another, and sometimes we can forget what a privilege it is to pray. As the hymn says, what a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. How about rethinking the words of Matthew 25? When I was hungry, did you bring me food? When I was a stranger, did you speak to me? When I was sick, did you care for me? When it was my birthday, did you send me a card? When I was lonely, did you pick up the phone? When I was in prison, did you remember me? In all of these, did you pray for me? These could be days of renewed worship, of friendship, of service, of love. It tells us in the letter to the Ephesians, be imitators of God as beloved children and live in love as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us. A prayer from Christian Aid reads, may your love that never fails strengthen the weak, encourage the fearful, calm the anxious, heal the sick through your people, your washed hands and feet on earth, distant but still present, virtual but still connected, apart but still helping. God, in your mercy, hear our prayer. Amen. And whatever this day holds for you, May you know God's blessing with you.